Alonzo Trier and Mitchell Robinson were picked up by the Knicks. Allonzo was, of course, the free agent pickup from Zona.
I'm loving these picks.
And meanwhile, Mitchell Robinson didn't go to college last year. Took a year off. Kind of a murky story over there.
Yep.
But that's what we're going to break down and give you our thoughts on.
Time off.
So let me start off. Mitchell Robinson. Everyone is pretty excited about that pick. Steal of the draft, according to many. I'm going to go with the same.
I'll just kick it off here and say that...
I would argue that Allonzo might be the steal of the draft. Well, the second round steal of the draft.
So we know the history behind Mitchell Robinson. He was projected lottery pick when he was a senior in high school. He took a year off, ended up going to Western Kentucky because his father-in-law or his stepdad or his godfather worked on the team, and then his godfather left, and then Mitchell Robinson left shortly after. He took a year off, claimed 9 to 5 every day. He was in the gym, and didn't play competitive basketball. And then we found out at the presser later on that Steve Mills and Scott Perry happen to know the person they trained with, so they have some sort of in there. There's a lot of murkiness around here.
You know what?
It was suspended.
I'm gonna go with the MPJ thing, where everyone was barking at me for saying 15 other teams passed on him. So it's okay if we pass on him. Well, 35 other teams passed on.
Where's your credibility? It was 13.
35 other teams passed on Mitchell Robinson. Highly touted pick. So I'm not as high as everyone else. I'll tell you why, but go ahead, T.
Well, I'm extremely high on Mitchell Robinson for a couple reasons why you said Mills and Perry had the inside scoop on him, as a lot of teams didn't. So they got to see a side of him that not too many other guys got a chance to see. Mitchell Robinson is uber athletic. This guy can run like a unicorn, a la KP. And he can attack the rim, grab rebounds. He can do it all on the basketball court. He can even shoot a little bit. I'm extremely high on him the reason why I'm extremely high on him is because there's untapped potential there. And David Fizdale has organized his staff to cater to player development. And I think that is going to be the major key to propelling us into the playoffs and, to be a championship hopeful team is going to be player development. Mitchell Robinson is just like one of those, what are those blobs called that you can mold into anything?
Ditto from Pokemon.
Yes, he's one of those clay.
Play-Doh.
Dittos from Pokemon that you can just mold into anything. Oh, I have one of those.
What?
And that does it.
Dittos from Pokemon.
Gotcha.
Go
Guys,
ahead.
over to you.
I've been cut off.
Speaking of murky waters, he didn't even attend the draft combine.
He did it.
He didn't.
He's supposed to, but he was like...
He's supposed to, but...
too many ifs. He's like, I don't think I should go to college.
7'1", 9'3", standing reach. My man is like this far away from the rim. Lanky. You saw him close out in high school, but those are high school players that can't really bank on that. But one thing that I can still bank on, even though he did play in high school, is he could bring the ball up.
Yeah,
Did you see him with the ball?
Not bad. For 7'1"?
7'1"?
Crazy.
That's Durant territory. I'm not trying to say it.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say it or anything, but...
I'm mad that you're saying that's Durant territory, but you didn't say that about Knox.
A 7'1" guy with great handles would potentially be Durant territory. He's... You know what I'm saying?
But he was doing reverse, crazy alley-oop
Before we
jams.
move on to Alonzo Trier, I want to hear some negatives real quick about
some negatives. To be honest, I don't have much negative to say about
Here's my
him.
negative. He's a raw talent. The dude started playing in the 8th grade, and sometimes he kind of looks like it. I think he's going to need to improve his offensive versatility. He can hit the three, but he's not a shooter.
Right.
He's not a post guy. He's one of these dudes that's just getting
one
off.
thing that he's amazing at.
Yeah.
That he could be like, this is what I absolutely want to.
He's getting by. He's getting by on raw talent. He kind of reminds me of. I'm trying to remember his name. He played for us last year. Dude with the dreads. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of the dreads. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But the point is, he's a raw talent with. The ability to maybe be a good defensive stopper. Endower. He kind of reminds me of that, where it's like, all right, you got some there, but you got
credibility check.
You're not thinking. You're not thinking.
I see what you're saying.
I get you.
I feel like you not going to college did not help the fact that you're one of the things on the scouting report was the fact that he doesn't have a high IQ for the game.
That's what I'm saying. He's raw as hell.
Well, where did he learn it?
But it's tough to name all of these negatives, only for the mere fact is these negatives are what we're going off of in high school.
These positives are also what we're going off in
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. But at least you can tell that there's positives that, sometimes it doesn't matter what competition you're playing, there's positives. He's a great rim runner. Like
against high school kids, yeah.
No, against NBA people, he can run straight line faster than most centers in the league.
Like 7'1"
That's
with
what
a
I'm
long
saying.
reach, so like
he's
that.
faster than a lot of centers in the league.
That works in the NBA too. 7'1" is good in the NBA too, right? So the thing is, it's that rawness. He has no offensive versatility. So can you put him in a situation where he can maximize, he can use the skills that he does have right now?
Player development, Fizdale.
So offensive versatility is his Achilles heel.
Did you see his windmill dunk? He's
Nuts.
7'1".
Nuts.
Windmill. And
Did you see him?
He's getting by on just raw, like young, raw physical talent, but it's completely unrefined right now.
Did you see him dunk the ball with one dribble from the other free throw line?
Yes, did you see that?
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Come on, like that athleticism is off the
My
charts.
man James White did that once upon a time too.
You see him?
We saw how well he's done.
He missed those dunks.
James White. In the windmill, a running windmill. Green. Doesn't get much playing time. Like he's running suicides out there. He's probably totally exhausted. Like I told you the other day, Kenny, this ain't YouTube. I told you, this ain't YouTube, Kenny. Well,
Can he be a good defensive backup to Cantor? Like when Cantor's on the bench, would he be a decent rim protector? Can he give KP some clearance around the rim where KP doesn't have to be the guy doing all the work near the rim? If he can do that and then improve his offense, make that a secondary goal, then I think that's a great pickup for us.
Something I want to touch on. You said he has quick feet, right? Yeah. I also think, and obviously in high school you're not going to see a tremendous amount of this because 7'1" guys need to stay in the post. I think he could be a great pick and roll defender. I think he's going to be able to step out on guards and move his feet laterally. There's no way in heck we could actually see this from his high school highlights or even his highlights shooting in the gym. Right. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he is going to be an excellent pick and roll defender.
Right. It's also worth mentioning. I am negative on him. I will stay negative on him because the whole year off, and then against no competition, I can't see that playing out too well. And in New York, but the fact that he was just behind DeAndre Ayton and Mo Bamba within that high school class.
Jordan Brand Classic game, man.
Yeah,
he
that's
killed
something.
it.
Yeah,
he destroyed both of them.
Like 14 points or 12 points or something like that. So he definitely was a standout. But taking that year off, we'll see how it goes.
Could you see Lob City in New York coming soon, guys? Tyson Chandler.
Well, he's compared to DeAndre Jordan. He's compared to Tyson Chandler. That year off definitely a liability, but. By all accounts, had he been in the previous year's draft, which is what he was thinking of doing in 2017, he would have gone much higher than he did right now. So there's some perceived value in the market for him. Let's see if that pans out.
I'm going to take the risk right now, even if we haven't seen a player like that. If it was rated that well in high school, I think high risk, high reward, the Knicks should just take their chances, man. Don't bank on the
He was the fourth center
on
my draft board.
Speaking of taking chances, Alonzo Trier. So that's a chance.
This kid's a chance. But are we taking a chance?
Yeah,
he's undrafted free agent.
Both these guys.
Two-way contract.
Both these criminals.
Yeah. Apparently he took a banned substance at least one of the times he was dismissed. Chill. We love the guy.
No, we do.
Lots of speculation, some answers to the eligibility issue regarding Alonzo Trier, Arizona's Alonzo Trier. The sophomore guard has put out a statement following an ESPN report that he failed a drug test.
I mean, kid could score. We know that.
Flat out score.
Yeah. He can score.
Flat out.
He should be some sort of show when he shows up to the Garden eventually. Not to mention, I really think we might win the Summer League chip this year.
Bro, that
I forgot which one of you guys said it, but we said it in the text.
Squad looks amazing.
I think he'll add a lot of value.
Dude, you know what I fucking love about these picks? I love the fact that we literally have filled both extremes. We have a center position, we have a point guard position, a guard position, and we have a small forward.
So
yeah, there you go. You covered yourself with the guard position. Fizdale doesn't like to put a title on him.
But I think that's very important. We're diversifying our array of players. So I think Fizdale and them, they really want to build on. I mean, when was the last time we had a person over 7 feet that we could really work on apart from KP?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Small forward position.
Luke Cornett. How could you forget?
Yo, his job's in jeopardy. Luke, you better step it up.
He definitely got length.
Luke may not come
got
back.
some length.
Yeah,
Well,
Luke's
here's the
coming
thing.
back.
We have, especially for the past 2 seasons on the Mad Good Knicks show, aimless plug.
Aimless.
I'm giving you a plug on the Mad Good Knicks show.
It actually makes sense. It is an aimless plug.
Yeah, it has zero relevance, therefore it's an aimless plug.
Just a plug for the show you're already watching.
Yeah, check this out, youtube.com/Mac.
So, here's this, guys. For the past 2 seasons on the Mad Good Knicks show, on the Mad Good Knicks show,
On
of
YouTube.
course, on YouTube, the Mad Good Knicks show, we've been talking
What
about
show again?
MGKS, the Mad Good Knicks show, Mad Good Knicks show.
Pete, Steph, Far, TK.
No Jay. We've been talking about the lack of athleticism that the Knicks have had, or haven't had, so to speak. And I think with these 3 picks, including the undrafted free agent Alonzo Trier, we have added tremendous amount of athleticism to our youth and to our franchise. We should see the Knicks next year play a lot faster and spread the ball around a lot more than they have been in God knows how long since the championship team.
I agree.
I got nothing else to say. It's high hopes. It's going to be raw. It's because outside looking in, I'm looking at like a young team like the Bulls, who have a lot of pieces, and I'm like, kind of trash. I'm looking at a team like the Suns. They got a lot of good pieces, but I don't know how good they're going to be. I can't really look at our team because I think that talent for talent, we're not as good as those 2 teams, but it is going to be a long, patient process. Yeah. It's good to see we're doing common sense things right now. And
We're not used to doing
it. We're doing basketball things now, and things are starting to make sense.
Keep in mind, our boy Allonzo had a higher point per game average than our number 9 pick. He's had a lot of 30-point games, something we can't say about Kevin Knox. I'm telling all Knicks fans, keep an eye on this Allonzo here.
How many 30-point games did Knox have? I thought he had a few in there.
He had a few, but this guy's been showing up 3 seasons in a row. Not counting all the suspensions with the PEDs.
Right, 19 games
he showed
out,
up.
Bro, in second
He showed up. And he shoots a hell of a percentage. Shoots damn near 40% from the 3, 50% from the 2. So he's a more efficient scorer than Kevin Knox. I'm not saying overall he's a better player, but it's nothing to scoff at. I mean, we've got a undrafted player who's dropping 30 at a respectable school, Pac-12 Outstanding Player of the Year.
60 teams pass on.
It's no joke. That's a reason. A lot of that I think is the PED stuff. Is they just don't want to take the risk.
Talent.
I'm telling you, if this guy ends up being a serious, takes the task professionally, this could be a diamond in the rough.
I think so.
And he looks like Miguel.
You called
You
it
take that
first.
to the credibility bank.
All right, well, we're going to aimlessly plug this show again. And this is the Mad Good Knicks show.
Baby.
We got a few more segments coming up.
You know what it is.
And if this is individual, make sure you click these videos all around us and below, because we got the goods.
These are my guys.
Definitely got the next.